Hi, I'm RAJI AHSAN, and welcome to the second episode of the RAJI AHSAN Show. Yee. On today's show, I want to talk more about your breath. But first, I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for watching the first episode. Thank you for sharing the first episode. If you didn't share the first episode, I'm not going to ask you to share it because I really hate it when people do that. I'm not going to ask you to share it. I will not ask you to share it. Okay. In the last episode, I talked about my vision for the show. We are unfortunately a culture plagued by fear and disconnection. And so with this show, I want to answer the question, how do we connect again? And the first thing that I think we need to do is learn how to breathe through our fear. Because what stands in the way of connection? Fear. What stands in the way of you listening to your own heart? Fear. Listening to the heart of somebody else? Fear. I can feel and hear fear right now. It's going, shut up, shut up, shut up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. This is only going to reach 2,000 people. Well, so what? That's 2,000 people. Are you kidding? So when I hear fear, right now when I hear it going, shut up, shut up, shut up, I can feel nerves in my chest, in my shoulders. I'm going to take a breath and say to fear, no, you shut up. And with that, I'm going to keep talking. I believe that there is a natural way to breathe. I won't call it a right way to breathe because I want to get away from right and wrong. But I do believe that there is a way that the body was designed to breathe, the natural way to breathe. That's how you used to breathe when you were a child, before you were met with the judgment and the pain of the world. What happens when we're met with judgment and pain, if we're not taught how to process it through our breath, the breath becomes very, very small and we stop breathing. That is socialized breath. Because a small breath keeps you quiet. A small breath keeps you silent. With small breath, fear can control you. With a deep, wide, natural, childlike breath, fear cannot control you. You can control it, actually. So, if you notice a child breathe, if you notice a newborn breathe, it's all in the center of the body. There's nothing happening in the tightness of the chest. It's all down low, which in like breath and voice circles, we call that diaphragmatic breathing, or breathing through your low breath center. You're not breathing through your diaphragm. Breath only goes into the lungs, but the diaphragm is out of the way, and thus the lungs can fully expand. When we are children, our body knows that we are created to breathe and express, breathe and express, breathe and express. You are created to express how you feel. Period. Full stop. End of story. You are created to express how you feel. And as adults, we know that we can express in a myriad of ways. We can have a conversation with a loved one or not so loved one. That happens a lot. We can have a conversation with ourselves. We can pray. We can go for a walk. We can paint. We can scream. We can sing. We can go for a drive. We can have a great cup of coffee with the sunset. We can do all of those things. But as children, we don't know that we have those options. The only thing we know how to do is breathe and make sound. Whether that's breathe and laugh, breathe and cry, breathe and make some kind of sound. You cannot make sound without breath. Oh, breathe, Raji. I'm not breathing. Wait, okay. A little reset. That's good. You cannot make sound without breath, okay? But too often in the life of the child, the parents or the authority figures, unfortunately, they cannot handle our pain. And so they stop us from expressing because it's too painful for them. They tell us to be quiet or stop interrupting. That's what I heard a lot. I heard, Raj, stop interrupting. And I feel that if my grandmother knew better, she would have done better. And I don't hold that against her. It does hurt when I think about it. It does hurt. But I don't hold it against her. If she knew better, she would have done better. And so what ends up happening to our little angelic childlike bodies is the body knows to breathe and express, but if we don't have the permission to express, we inhale and hold. Inhale, hold, not inhale, exhale. And when we inhale and hold, we experience great physical pain. And so unconsciously, the body goes, I don't want to inhale and hold and experience all of this pain, so I'm not going to inhale enough to feel pain. I'm going to inhale enough to not feel pain, and thus the breath only goes here. It doesn't go further down. And so what I want to do today is reintroduce your childlike way of breathing. This might be frightening for some. And if it is, that's okay. I just want you to acknowledge that. I want you to acknowledge this is frightening. Because when you acknowledge how you feel, it cannot control you. When you don't acknowledge how you feel, it can control you. And if you need to pause this episode, if you need to walk away right now, do it. If you need permission to not listen to the rest, here's your permission. You may pause me. Am I far in enough to get the view count? I am, right? There's nobody over here. I'm talking to a blank wall. That was a joke. Sorry. Pause it. But if you want to continue, let's continue. In the last episode, when we did the exercise for breath and fear, it's possible that some of you did not feel the peace and the safety that is meant through the exercise. That's okay. That's okay. And I think that this might be why. Because we're taking years and years of habitualized breath, socialized breath, and trying to return to our natural way of breathing. That's not going to happen overnight. Give yourself the permission to try again. Just do a little bit every day. I also think that this is very interesting. Feelings are internalized and felt in the center of the body. When you feel betrayed, it's like a sock in the gut. When you feel nervous, it's butterflies in the stomach. When you feel uproarious joy and you're laughing and you never want to stop laughing, you feel a good tension in your abdominal muscles, or lack thereof in some people's cases. I'm working on finding my abs. It's taking a very long time, but I'm doing it. One less piece of pizza at a time, right? And so if the feelings are internalized in the center of the body, if life physically begins in the center of the body, if we're born out of the center of the body, why should not breath, that which sustains your life, why shouldn't that be in the center of the body? And it is at the beginning of life when we're not thinking about it. And so now, let's think about it a little bit. I want you to lay down. Lie down? Lay down? Mrs. Zig, write in, tell me the answer. I don't know. I want you to lie down on the ground. I want you to extend your legs or plant your feet so that your knees are elevated. Or you can do this in the chair that you're sitting in. I want you to sit forward on your bum bones. And I want you to take your dominant hand, whether it's right or left, and put it on your what is called your low breath center. And see if with your inhale, the stomach raises. See if with your exhale, the stomach falls. Just have a notice. And I'm going to count you in on 5, out on 5, okay? If you need to breathe out, do it now. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did that go? It's my Dora the Explorer moment. So let's do it again. We're going to do it 3 times. And I want you to picture the breath going in through your nose, any color you like, whatever your favorite color is, going in through the nose, down the throat, down the chest, and into the low breath center. Picture a bowl in the center of your body. I love the color blue. So I'm picturing a blue stream going down to the bowl and expanding the center. Okay? And then as you exhale, the blue, or whatever your favorite color is, comes back up and out the mouth. Okay, we're going to do that 3 times. If you need to breathe out, do it now. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in, 2, 3, last time. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did that go? How do you feel? Do you feel peaceful? Great. Do you feel tense and angry? That's okay. Acknowledge it. If you acknowledge it, it can't control you. If you feel tense and angry, pause me, try it again. Pause me, walk away. Pause me and say, Raji, I hate this. Enough of this, enough. I'm walking away. That's okay too. And so, we're going to end here, okay? I want you to take this breath exercise with you through the day, with you through the next week. I'll see you next Friday. And write me. Tell me how this goes for you. You can comment on Instagram or YouTube. You can send me an email, rajiahsan.com, raji@rajiahsan.com. Write, I want to know, how is this going for you? And I also want to say to the parents and the authority figures in the lives of children, if you did not give space for your children to express, that's okay. You are privileged to call that child and apologize. Say, I didn't know any better. Parents and authority figures of children right now who are young and small, start from where you are. There's grace. And to everybody, remember, you're worth it. And see you soon.